Welcome to Real Breakdown. A group of people who seem to have special abilities assemble under the flag. They walk with confidence, and the 6 relatives walk towards the plane. And of course, Quinn, who was late for the bathroom. Plane takes off, landing on a sea at night. They jumped out of the plane one after another, and nobody knew that weasels can't swim. He drowned directly, immediately after landing. The traitors from the task force emerged. He shouted at the enemy, "I brought everyone." However, he was mercilessly smashed in the face by a single shot. Mongol jumps into the helicopter. Want to use your weight to crash a plane. The plane fell to the ground, but it also killed Captain Boomerang. Captain Javelin was shot to death. Brokeback is even worse, beaten to the ground wailing because of useless superpowers. The scared wise man crashes and runs away. As a result, the commander pressed the button and shot the head directly. Almost wiped out. The commander looks at the surveillance screen, indifferently asked, "How is the second team?" Turns out this is the real task force. 5 heroes have landed and are on the field. The first bloody campaign, Robert, world-class marksman, but with a daughter who doesn't want to face it. We had a very bad parent-child relationship. The second is Peacemaker. You can turn anything into a weapon. Third place. It is said to be a descendant of the ancient shark god Nanaue. The last 2 are Kazo, the sleepy rat catcher, and Polka Dot Man. He's having the energy suppressor removed from his neck. Back to the landing island battlefield. Quinn fell into a trap, was rounded up by a group of armed soldiers, and Captain Rick is also under fire, arrested by a group of unidentified soldiers. The second team is resting. Rat reminds Robert Nanaue to eat Kazo. Robert quickly drew his gun to repel Nanaue. Fortunately, 2 teammates in the food chain finally shook hands and made peace. Became good friends. Then the commander issued a new order, so the task force arrived at the camp where Rick was being held. Planned to attack the camp. Nanaue swallowed a guard alive. Robert and the messenger of peace went on a killing spree. Kill the enemy with your strengths. It's a race to kill. Robert and the messenger of peace at ease. One to many. One by one, destroy the enemy like chopping wood. Even the guards who are bathing. Accidentally. The fan that was shot down by the bloody movement was directly electrocuted. Then Polka Dot Man releases the polka dots, and crashing down the watchtower killed the guards. It didn't take long. All of them quickly stormed into the headquarters, but found that Rick was drinking tea casually, and introduced that this is Soria, the leader of the Free Army. They are preparing to overthrow the current government. Soria was taken aback. Asked them where all the guards have gone. Why is there no sound when you come in? Members of the task force began to lie, gave different answers, looking at the corpses on the ground. The leader of the Free Army was sad and angry. But Rick persuaded her, even though our people are idiots. But the goal remains the same. They reach a consensus. Soria helped them infiltrate the capital and arrest the enemy. The other side, the Thinker, quickly walked past colleagues who have turned into corpses, received an audience from the new president, and to the new dictator, revealed the secrets of the Jotunheim laboratory and the Starfish project. Bad guys stick together, stink alike. The dictatorial president shook hands with him. Welcome Thinkers to join them. At this time, Quinn was still imprisoned in the cave. The soldier threw a red dress at her, and he put makeup on her in the car, just like a princess. The luxury stretch car arrived in front of a castle. The elegant butler introduced that this is the official residence of the new president. Everyone here serves the president. Quinn was bouncing to the president's room. Sexy president, wiggle your perfect figure out of the pool. Walked towards Quinn with confidence and charm, kissed her hand. Say I've always admired you very much, and the people of this country consider you a hero. And the next thing they didn't have any shame, living a life that is almost like a couple, a romantic dinner party together, watching the sunset together, in the flock of parrots close to each other's hearts. In the end, the president actually proposed to Quinn, although it was just to deceive the people at the beginning, who knew you were so beautiful. Quinn, who is in love, can't resist the charm of the president and falls in love. The rested president got dressed. He got up and went to the window. Look at the lights in front of Sheila's country. Exposed, he said that this country is now. Who dares to speak ill of me again? His child, parents and loved ones will be thrown to feed the starfish. Suddenly, Quinn shot him in the chest. Tell the dying dictator, you are the most likable on the ground now, because of all the bad ideas. Has left the head. Quinn was arrested quickly, and the general who succeeded the dictatorship ordered the former's pet birdcage to be burned down. Soaring fire even brightened the red wine glass he raised. Back to the battlefield, the driver arranged by the Free Army drove to the front of the barracks. Suddenly, gunshots rang out from all sides. Blood splattered all over the window. In the driver's fright, Nanaue even killed a guard. Robert knocked on the window and met him. The van arrived at a bar. They planned to find the target of the mission here. Before that, teammates feel the need to drink to pass the time. Rick put his arm around Robert. Joke about, this could be our last drink. And the target character, the Thinker, arrives at the bar. Robert hugged Frankenstein, threatened him to lead the way to Jotunheim. That's when government troops raided the bar. Rick and Robert offered to raise their hands as bait, attracted the attention of government forces, and Kazo and pulled it. Then he took the Frankenstein to escape through the back door. In a government car, the three of them tacitly launched an attack. Quickly kicked the escort soldier with his knee. The peacemaker shot the driver from the trunk. However, the out-of-control car rolled down the road, finally rolled off the cliff. At this time, Kazo and the Puldits also rushed to the scene to greet them. Robert, Peacemaker, Rick, one by one out of the overturned burning car, like a hero in an ancient Greek epic. The other side, Quinn, hanged high, is being tortured. The guard shocked her. She spits blood, passed out. That's when the task force vehicle pulls into the street, arrived at the place where Quinn was imprisoned. Prepare for separate rescues. They dispersed quickly on Rick's orders. Quinn, who was pretending to be unconscious, opened her eyes. Suddenly, he twisted the guard's neck with his leg. Toe hooks key. Untie the shackles. Quinn runs out of his cell with two guns. Go on a killing spree. Soldiers in the hallway panicked. They fell to the ground under Quinn's fire. After the bullet is fired, Quinn found the javelin, stabbing soldiers one by one. Walked out of the mansion. Quinn summoned a taxi. Getting ready to leave in a taxi. Put the long javelin diagonally in the car. Suddenly found the front of the vehicle. Rick and Robert hunched over to sneak into the mansion. By this time, Robert had started to hang the rope and prepare to climb the wall. Rick on ground alert. Quinn asked curiously what they were doing. Scared Rick learned that Rick and Robert had come to save her. Quinn even hugged Rick excitedly. After they meet, the Thinker led the way to the castle of Jotunheim. And that's when all the heroes get out of their cars, assembled in a rainstorm. Line up for battle. The government guards suddenly realized. In the case of poor visibility due to heavy rain. And the result, of course, is that the heroes have no trouble. Destroy the guards completely. Nanaue even ripped off a guard after using the Thinker rudely to open the door. They ended up inside the building, and they have deployed prepared explosive devices in advance. The reinforcements of the government troops assembled at the gate of the castle start ramming the castle with military vehicles, and the general got the message. Lead the troops to the scene. Soria's free army. Then he took the opportunity to break into the presidential palace. Rick and the others entered the experimental center, found in the cage, holding many puppets with their faces covered with starfish. They say many people who oppose authoritarian governments were brutally experimented upon here, and that's when the thinker speaks the truth on purpose. We are the same boss. The government sent a task force to destroy evidence. It turned out that many years ago, astronauts discovered starfish in space. The government uses the starfish doppelganger to seize the function of consciousness. Many experiments were conducted here. Rick is angry. Take out the hard drive and over to the media to expose the truth. Suddenly, Peacemaker pointed his gun. He took the commander's secret order to destroy the evidence. Then the castle suddenly collapsed. The escaped starfish captures its long-persecuted thinker. Pull the thinker's limbs with tentacles. Rip it to shreds in front of its huge and terrifying eyes. Rick wakes up. To snatch the hard drive, scuffle with the peace messenger. He suppressed the peacemaker. But the peacemaker finally picked up the tiles. Punctured Rick's chest. Go back 8 minutes. Robert led his team into the castle's offices. The polka dot man accidentally dropped the bomb on the ground. In the soldiers' attack, the released polka dot accidentally touched the bomb. Everyone was violently knocked down by the explosion. The entire castle is about to collapse. Huge water flows backwards, hitting everyone. So Nanaue fell from a height to the ground and was dying. Quinn and the 3 of them tried their best, jumped out of the falling castle. Robert slammed into the wall. The mask was knocked off. Fall downstairs. Found out that the peacemaker was actually preparing to silence Kazo. Both sides draw their guns at the same time. The bullet shattered the bullet. Hit the peace messenger in the neck. Kazo told Robert the truth. The colonel is going to hand over the hard drive to the media. There is evidence of starfish in it. Then the sea star escaped from the castle. The general ordered the attack, but it can't hurt the starfish at all. Suddenly, the sea star released countless small sea stars. One by one, they threw themselves in the soldiers' faces. One by one. Finally, all the soldiers were covered and fell to the ground. At the same time, the Free Army has penetrated the government command center. They executed all the dictatorial generals. The presidential palace is under control. Suddenly, all the human puppets controlled by starfish stood up. They roared and said, "This city is mine." The sea star began to roar. All the city dwellers fled in fear. Starfish release more baby starfish. The people who want to control all cities. The commander then ordered the evacuation, but the task force is ready to disobey orders. The remaining members turned and strode towards the sea star. Robert drew his gun decisively and ordered Nanaue out. Sharkman ran and jumped, bite the arm of the sea star. Robert implied that the polka dot man. Think of the starfish monster as a persecuting mother. Polka dot man released polka dot, broke the starfish's ankle. Starfish roars. Poldits are very happy, proud to be a hero, but was trampled flat by the starfish monster. And Nanaue, also thrown into the collapsing building by a starfish. Quinn also fell downstairs while running. Kazo summons the mouse. In the face of the attack, he was saved by Robert. All the puppets surrounded them both. The puppet ant roared viciously. "This city is mine." Apparently, Kazo doesn't agree. She starts to summon all the mice, attack these golems and giant sea monsters. Hundreds of thousands of rats came running from all over the place, entangling the body of a starfish. The starfish can't shake off. Huge painful sound. screaming in the air. Quinn seized the opportunity to climb the wall. Lift the javelin for a 100-meter sprint. Jabbed a javelin into the giant eye of a starfish. When she turned around, countless mice have followed the hole just pierced. Drilled in. They gnaw the blood vessels of starfish. Ripped open the starfish's brain. Countless mice form great power. In great pain and bites, the starfish fell to the ground. The puppet general said that I was once happy too. Free float, looking up at the stars. All the puppets fell. And Quinn also emerged from the corpse of the starfish monster. They did it. Robert's daughter. I saw my father's heroic deeds on TV. At this time, the leader of the Free Army was announcing they will hold the first democratic elections. That's it. The commander had to admit the situation. Under Robert's deal, release the remaining live task force members in exchange for keeping the secret from being released. Nanaue survived, went to his teammates, the 4 remaining members of the task force, together to the plane that rescued them. On the plane, Kazo and Quinn both fell asleep tired, and Robert also made a full reconciliation with the mouse who was once afraid. So much for the film. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.